This is Jackie with In the Key of Change, and I'm here with Terry Poison at Austin's South by Southwest Festival. Describe your sound to new listeners.
Luisa?
Anna?
Okay. Well, imagine electronic, three-dimensional cloud you're in. That would be pretty much it. It's very poppy and upbeat, yet sophisticated. Am I being too much?
Maybe I'll simplify it. We're playing live rocktronica. Our live show feels like a rock and roll show with full-on power, but we do it with electronic synths, like a bass synthesizer, guitar synthesizer, synths and stuff, and of course vocals and everything. And we like to mix up things between apocalyptic beats that feels like the end of the world is coming, with themes from the Middle East, where we come from, but it's all wrapped up with electronic sounds, synths, and a lot
with
of
a pretty
On top of it, the
high
best
voice.
vocals. Yes, this girl, she can sing.
So they say.
And so you agree with them. It's cool. So you mentioned you live in Tel Aviv, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But your backgrounds are Norwegian, Greece, and Bulgarian. Latvian. Sorry, I got my information straight.
So basically, you said we had 4 backgrounds now, but we're only 3. So some of us have an identity crisis. Who is that?
I don't have an identity crisis. I know I'm not from this planet, so I'm cool.
So how does your background sort of influence your musical tastes and what you like to put out there?
Well, since
we all grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and there were, MTV and the globalization
Not
of music.
for you, because you lived in the USSR.
Yeah,
you
it's
remember
true.
telling me that you had nothing.
Yes,
you had like a
She catched up.
hidden
I
Michael
catched up.
Jackson record in Russian.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
true.
weren't, that nobody were allowed
It's
to
actually true. They censorized Michael Jackson's vinyl, and it's all rewritten in Russian with his picture,
But not his voice.
his voice. But it's like
picture. He
no,
had
it's
to.
his picture.
No, it's not.
It is.
see. Anyways, we all met in Tel Aviv, and I think that like she said, we all grew up in the 80s and the 90s, but I think we all have very various backgrounds. Like, I'm a Norwegian girl. I moved to Tel Aviv because there's a beach, and we don't have that so much in Norway. And I think that, we all loved like grunge and Nirvana and stuff like that, and then electronic music. But we all have very different like backgrounds, what we used to listen to at home, because we came from so many different places. And I think you can really kind of see that in the music.
Yeah, it's a fusion of electronic influences, hip hop, rock and roll, a little bit of metal, and the whole Middle Eastern type of lines that come here
You
and
bring
there.
that with your Bulgarian accent.
Greek, everything, yeah.
But it's
So-
hard sometimes to describe what you do, because I think today you're influenced by so many things, everything. Like, it's hard to define what you do. I
It's
think
a
people need to listen a bit. Our songs are very diverse. We have some which is slow tempo, some which is high tempo.
That's
Some
why-
music for heartbroken girls, some music for heartbroken girls again. You know what I mean?
But I think we're trying to avoid, sticking to a genre. We're just doing whatever feels right, and it's kind of creating our own little, I don't know, world.
Big.
Big.
Did you guys already speak at South by's Interactive, or you're about to?
We did. We had a panel on the 9th because we're developing a video game app, which is basically crazy. It was just supposed to be like a small project, a video clip that will have interactive parts, and we were drawn into this crazy world.
We have a startup.
Yeah, basically we have a startup. A band is a startup, so we already had a startup, but it's basically, we created a world all made out of sequins and glitter, literally by hand. And it's a bit hard to explain how it works, but the bottom line is that you have to fly, the 3 of us, through this disco metropolis, pick up as much magic capsules as you can to get points. Now, how much magic capsules you take affects how you see the video clip. So, just like in life, if you know what I mean.
Filters.
Yes. But you guys have to see it. Hopefully it will be ready in like a couple of months. We're really like 70% through. It's been like a crazy ride, but it's hard to explain it on TV or whatever this is. iPad.
So
Cool. So you spoke at South by's Interactive. Your latest video for Gorgeous. Tell us about that, because that seems very unique as well.
That was also like, you know, Tel Aviv has become like the hub of innovation and startups, and you just walk down the street, you come home with some mad idea because you just met some person and you just wrote this song and you need a new clip, and Gorgeous really happened like that. We wanted to do a matrix shot, 360-degree shot, but we obviously didn't have the funding to do that because you need like a bunch of cameras. So we said, okay, let's do a scene. We find 52 like hot girls and boys in Tel Aviv, and with their iPhones, they'll do this shot. And
it's 52 because
it's one of them now.
Anymore. So it stopped at 52.
Yeah.
But that kind of seemed to be enough.
And we also, this clip was all about movement, and we wanted the clip to be very realistic because Terry Poison always was very connected to fashion. Everything we did was very like fashion magazine-ish, and we said, okay, Gorgeous, this song we wanted to look like a bit like our life, you know, like we perform everywhere, but we still sometimes end up taking the bus, and we still like, it's not what people really think it is. So we went for this kind of documentary-ish concept, but what we did was that we also built these very cool camera constructions of steel with 11 cameras. We had different structures, so the whole clip goes like, woohoo!
Yeah, it's a movement.
And then it turns into this 360-degree shot in the end. Totally, you have to see it. Very cool.
And it's been directed by a really incredible director from Tel Aviv, Gal Muja. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, it's really unique. You guys have to see it. It's the coolest effects I've seen in a music video in a really long time. So, you know, the video utilizes iPhones. How important is social media to spreading the word about your band?
It's probably as important as the rest, as the music, and it's equal to all parts. You really need that. You can't be without social media.
Yeah, but I also think, first you need to, you know, do your best, make the products as best as you can according to what you can, budgets, whatever. And then you need to, especially when you live in Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv has become a very central place. Everybody passes there to play, of all the big bands, small bands, whatever.
But geographically you can't move it. It's still there.
It's an island.
It's an island. It's basically an island of, you can come, you can have a good time, you can have a vacation, you can have great ideas, meet great people, but you have to export at some point.
And that's why the internet has been crucial for us. Like, we've been working the internet since we started, and that's why we have an international career. We tour Moscow, all over Europe, now America. I've been to Tokyo. Like, you know, that's how it works.
Thanks to the internet.
Very cool. And you were talking earlier about being a child of the 80s and 90s, myself as well. What was it like to open up for Depeche Mode?
It was the happiest day I had in my life.
Incredible.
I mean, when I read about that, I was like, oh, come on, that's got to be insane.
I've been listening to their first album for 3 months every morning. When I woke up, I put on play every morning for 3 months before it even came to the table, before anybody popped the question or the idea. And when it happened, it was like, okay, well, so let's see if I can go through walls now. Something like that.
No, it was amazing because we were literally on stage with them, and after us also played Yeah Yeah Yes, which I've totally like. So it was the coolest night in my life. I was so happy that I remember we had printed like 1,000 Terry Poison T-shirts that we sold in this big. It was like in the biggest stadium, 60,000 people, and I was wearing this Terry Poison T-shirt, and I was so happy. And the fan came up to me after the show. Wow, I want your T-shirt. Can I have it? And I was like, yeah, just take it, because I was so happy. And then I went up walking around the rest of the night in my bra.
Things you do for fans.
As long as you're happy. Yeah. Also, yeah.
There you go. See, they're so nice. They're willing to give the shirt off their own backs. That's pretty awesome. Ow!
We get jealous. Stop it.
So you've traveled around the world. How do U.S. fans differ from sort of the international scene?
Well, there's something about American people. It's really just the nature of you guys. You're very optimistic, and this is incredibly. This is an incredible influence on both being a crowd or just meeting the people. It's really inspiring.
Yeah, it boosts us a lot to go to America. Like, even if we come here, we were in Silicon Valley with our game recently, and there's so much like, you know, you just get a vibe, and you get like new energy. And I think it's, you know what, we have a saying in Hebrew, it says, it will be okay, because we come from a place which has a lot of turbulence. You know, you probably see in the news, it's much better than you think it is in the news. But we are used to like having life go like, woo, conflicts and financial things, and you know, and there's this saying which is, it'll be okay. And this it'll be okay actually forces it to be much more okay than I think in any other place. And I think you have the same thing here in America as well.
I feel for a long time that Israel is just a little branch of America in so many ways.
Well, very cool. I'm glad. See, I don't think Americans think of ourselves as being very optimistic, but that's good to know that that's the reflection that we give to you.
It's only the people that we meet. I don't know. The rest are like, because you know, when you are in this entrepreneurial kind of spirit, you tend to draw the right people into your life, and sometimes you don't even hear the negative things, because you can't afford yourself to be negative. After all, you have a band and you have a startup, and you know the drill. So maybe it's just us.
I'm pretty sure it's not just us.
No.
Well, it's cool anyway. Like I said, I think it's great that we project that. So after South by Southwest, what's up next?
She's going to Costa Rica.
I'm going on a holiday with a French lover.
Woohoo! To Costa Rica, very nice.
Going to Russia, to a Russian lover. So basically,
You see what happened with international careers?
but that would be the only and the one and the only vacation ever.
Yeah, we never
We
take
never take
vacations
vacations.
because our life is pretty much a vacation. Listen, like last
No,
month,
that's
Fashion
simply not
Week,
true.
Moscow, this now. No,
It's not a vacation. We really work hard.
we work hard, but we're in what we do, and it's like we're not this type of persons who need to take a backpacking trip now to India, for Christ's sake.
So we just tagged her with this chip, so she will come back.
Yeah. I'm probably going to be in Costa Rica, and we're walking around looking for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that to
A
yourself.
monkey.
Oh, she can't avoid it. I mean,
No, it's
really.
fine.
I know what's gonna happen. She's gonna shorten the trip. You're gonna come back in 2 days.
At least come back really tan, too.
I need a tan.
Well, stay tuned for more from Terry Poison. This is Jackie, thanks to Heart and One Industries and Tattoo Ink TV for In the Key of Change.